The golden child versus the scapegoat. Two sides of the same trap. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Family Roles series. There's a pattern that repeats in nearly every dysfunctional family system, especially those ruled by narcissistic dynamics. One child is idealized and the other is demonized. One becomes the golden child, the shining example, the walking trophy. The other becomes the scapegoat, the designated villain, the target of blame and shame. On the surface, it may seem like one child is favored while the other is discarded. But beneath that illusion is a brutal truth. Both roles are manipulative tools used to uphold a lie. Both children are being controlled, and both are being sacrificed to preserve the narcissist's power. Today, we are not just decoding these roles, we're exposing the trap they both exist inside. And if you've played either part, it's time to break free. Let's define them clearly. The golden child is the one chosen to represent the narcissist's ideal image. This child is praised, elevated, and protected not out of genuine love, but because they reflect positively on the family. Their job is to uphold the illusion of perfection. They become the proof that everything is fine at home, even when it's not. Their accomplishments are celebrated, their mistakes are overlooked, and their identity becomes entangled with the performance of excellence. The scapegoat, in contrast, is assigned the opposite role. They are the one who absorbs all the dysfunction, all the blame, all the unresolved pain. They're criticized, rejected, and emotionally punished for anything that doesn't align with the family's fantasy. Their flaws are magnified, their achievements minimized. They are not judged fairly, they are judged to serve the narcissist's need to avoid self-reflection. These two roles are not opposites in the way most people think. They are mirror images, both designed to support the narcissist's illusion of control. While one is praised and the other is blamed, both are being used. The golden child is used to maintain the mask. The scapegoat is used to absorb the mess. And the parent never has to look inward, never has to be accountable, because the children have been strategically split into good and bad. This is not love. This is division as a form of domination. It's psychological warfare masquerading as parenting. And for the children, the damage runs deep. Golden children often appear confident, accomplished, and admired. But behind the mask, they carry immense anxiety. They were taught that their value is tied to performance, that any failure or disobedience risks losing approval. They learn to suppress authenticity in favor of perfection, often becoming high-functioning adults who are secretly terrified of making mistakes. Many don't realize they were being used until much later in life when burnout, identity crises, or broken relationships force a reckoning. Scapegoats, meanwhile, are often labeled difficult, defiant, or rebellious. But what's really happening is that they see the dysfunction clearly and refuse to play along. They are punished for their honesty. They are exiled for telling the truth. And because they are constantly blamed, many grow up believing they are defective. But here's the paradox. While the golden child is trapped by praise, the scapegoat, despite being rejected, often has a clearer path to freedom. Because they were never fully accepted, they don't have to uphold the illusion. Their exile becomes an invitation to reclaim their power. These roles are designed to divide siblings. If the children are busy competing for love or resenting each other for how they're treated, they won't unite against the dysfunction. The narcissistic parent counts on this. They need one child to be the ally and one to be the enemy. It keeps everyone distracted from the real problem, the parent's emotional immaturity and lack of accountability. And here's what's even more painful. Sometimes these roles flip. If the golden child steps out of line, they can quickly become the scapegoat. If the scapegoat performs well or plays along, they may temporarily be praised. But the roles aren't earned, they're assigned. Arbitrary, conditional, entirely based on how useful the child is to the parent's narrative. That's why healing requires more than awareness. It requires a total rejection of the system itself. To the golden child, your worth is not found in performance. You were not loved for who you are, only for how well you played the part. You are allowed to be flawed. You are allowed to rest. You do not have to carry the image anymore. To the scapegoat, your pain is valid. You were not the problem, you were the mirror. and they smashed it to avoid seeing the truth. But the truth still lives in you, and it's time to rise. Both roles demand healing. The golden child must untangle self-worth from achievement and learn to exist without the need for applause. The scapegoat must release the internalized shame and rebuild their sense of belonging. But both share one thing in common. They were never seen as whole people, only as roles in a system built to serve someone else's ego. Let's shift this. Let's stop living as roles and start living as real, autonomous, powerful people. Start by questioning the script. Ask yourself, who did I have to become to be acceptable in my family? What parts of myself were rewarded? What parts were rejected? And most importantly, what's mine? And what was assigned to me? Then, begin the process of unlearning. For the golden child, this may mean failing on purpose, not as sabotage, but as liberation. Doing something imperfectly, saying no, being seen in your humanness. For the scapegoat, it may mean stopping the over-explaining, holding your boundaries, refusing to play the villain just because they need someone to blame. This is your moment to step into your cycle breaker identity. You are not defined by the role you were assigned. You are not locked into the legacy you were born into. You are the architect of something new, a lineage built on truth, not performance. Love, not manipulation. Wholeness, not roles. And make no mistake, this path isn't easy. The system will try to pull you back in. The praise might feel intoxicating. The shame might feel familiar. But you're stronger now. You're awake. And once you've seen the game, you can't unsee it. So here's your call to action. Reject the role, claim your truth, and don't look back. Because whether you were the golden child or the scapegoat, or both at different times, your identity is not a reflection of dysfunction. It's a declaration of freedom. You are not their puppet. You are not their mirror. You are your own force. You get to rewrite the story. And this time, you choose the ending.